Oh boy, the billionaire versus you. Why are you not a billionaire? Shit, why am I not a billionaire? But why are you not a billionaire? Billionaires do things different than we do. And for that matter, millionaires too. But so let's dive into it. Tony's Topics, like and subscribe. So, I think for starters, if you're going to be a billionaire, you got to own a business. You can't work for somebody, with rare exception. 99.999% of billionaires, they own something. They own, you name it, and it could be a bakery, whatever. It could be a law firm. It could be a tech firm. It's not always tech, by the way. I think also they're good at managing money. They don't do stupid shit. Sure, they got nice house, nice cars, but they live within their means. It's relative. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I know people who are millionaires who live within their means, and they're millionaires, and they're teachers, they're nurses. These are people I know. So, but the billionaire status is, you got to own something. For starters, you have to invest. You have to live within your means because, listen, I can tell you right now how to piss away $1 billion very easily. Buy 10 mansions, 50 yachts, 14 planes, and that's it. You're done. You got no money. So, but anyways, so they're good with their money, good with their investments. They have some type of education. Doesn't necessarily have to be college, but trade school, maybe military, and they learned how to leverage. They learned how to work smarter, not harder. That's, I think, a big key with the billionaire mindset is they use this. The pen is mightier than the sword. You really only get rewarded so much for working physically hard, but this is where you take it to the next level. And by the way, you can make a nice life working physically hard. I know people who work 5 part-time jobs, and they got a nice life. There's nothing wrong with that either. But to get to that next level, you have to own those businesses, and you have to train people. You can't be a one-man show, one-woman show. And I mean, again, you got people who own sandwich shops, who make sandwiches, not brain surgery here, and they know how to just make that business work, and they are billionaires with a B from sandwiches. So these are things that really anyone can do, but it comes down to that knowledge of replicating it and magnifying it and managing your funds, investing in real estate, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, precious metals. Again, if you can only have, 7 kids, you don't have 17 kids. Things like that, living within the means is relative. But, most billionaires, believe it or not, I know you're not going to want to hear this. I understand some billionaires inherited their money from mommy and daddy. Most billionaires, 9 out of 10 of them, did not inherit money. They came from nothing or very little. So, it's ownership in something, sticking with it, don't do stupid shit, don't do drugs, don't go drinking alcohol like a fool, the vaping, they take care of their body, their mind, they make connections. Billionaires tend to make really good connections with people. They tend to be relatively very social because, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So billionaires are good at that. I know a few billionaires, and they're not. I'm not going to say they're the life of the party, but they're really good at connecting and working the room. And again, finding leverage socially, finding leverage financially, finding leverage spiritually, finding leverage, and not in a nefarious way, but making connections. So, owning a business, hiring people, expanding the business, trusting people, and if they fuck you over, then you punish them. But, I know so many people that are stuck making a decent living, but they really could turn it out and make millions and reach billions possibly, but they're a one-man show because they don't trust. And so they're going to be stuck. And not that they're doing bad, but they could do a lot better. But again, that's a billionaire mindset. And billionaires are also willing to take calculated risks, not stupid shit, not, oh yeah, let's just throw money down on this thing and hope it works. They don't do that, but they're willing to take calculated risks, knowing that, hey, could lose it all. And a lot of them do, and then they come back. So, billionaires are good with that. Billionaires typically actually don't flaunt their wealth. I know the noise. I mean, news wants you to see the certain billionaires. Oh yeah, look at them. They're flaunting their wealth and they're flaunting this and that. That's really the minority. Most billionaires are actually pretty quiet. Like I said, I know a few. You would never know. They're just wearing old jeans and a t-shirt, and they're at the local cafe like everybody else. They're understated, and they give back in their time. You can say, well, it's easy for them to give back. They have money, but they also give back in time. I know I'm not a billionaire, and I give back in time, volunteering. So that's the other thing. They're volunteering because they want to. But in that, the irony is you make connections. Again, you shouldn't volunteer if you don't want to. But again, it's that social aspect. And they're connecting. They're living within their means. They're investing. They have ownership in something. Look at Warren Buffett. He actually doesn't really own any businesses. Technically he does. But he just made all his money on stocks. Why? It takes time too, by the way. So billionaire doesn't happen overnight. It takes years and years, probably at least 15 years, and it takes hard work, but again, it takes smart work, having others help you, and in turn, you can make them wealthy too. So it's not about necessarily, putting people in enslavement. That's erroneous. That's the noise. News, but it's about having people to have part of your team again, that you're helping them, they're helping you, and the rising tide lifts all boats. So that's the difference between billionaires and us, or billionaires and millionaires. What do you think? What are some of the things that you notice about billionaires that are beyond the facade? Do you know any billionaires personally? They're not, the ones I know, they're not greedy, evil, fucking people over. No. Actually, a lot of middle class people do that, but yeah, so if you know any billionaires, what do you think? What did you find out about them that's unique? Put in the comment section below. Tony's Topics, like and subscribe. Hey, don't be a stress, all right?